All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:32. Reddo's been a little late this Wednesday. My internet was down at my house, so my 2520 started at 5:25. It's all good. We troubleshot and got it going. It is what? Today's Wednesday. It's been a long week, huh? Lots of movement, lots of things going on between the tariff talk and earnings and things moving around. It's been definitely a little bit complicated. There's been a lot to do, but it hasn't been easy. I've been talking to a lot of my big friends also from different hedge funds and different arenas and different spots in the market. I am the chief strategic officer of T3 Live, and we have 1,000 associated members or so that trade the markets on a prop basis. But even like the guys that manage bigger money are feeling it a little bit. There's been a very specific trade out there, and not everything's working. And sometimes it feels like it's working, and then boom, it's not, just like that. So that's the environment we're in. That's 2025. That's the Trump market. It is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad, and you got to control what you can control. I'll tell you, I'm excited about today. So, you guys see that there is a button at the top of Twitter. It's called Red Dog Mindset. Okay, it is about the getting the mind right before you look at the charts, before you figure out the X's and O's. It's about processing and putting your day together, thinking about multiple plans while you're feeling good, while you're sweating, while you're getting your morning set. What could you control? You can control the morning. What do you do in the morning to get yourself ready? I wake up, I look at what's happening around the world. I drink about 18 ounces of water. I now walk my little Phoenix, the dog, my puppy. She's 10 weeks old. She's doing great. Sit down, look at what's happening with the futures, situate my mind. Then I go in my sauna at 5:20. And now I'm doing a workout with whoever wants to join me. I got weights in the sauna. I have, like a 20-minute workout plan where I do a full body workout where I'm listening to some music or I'm listening to some motivational type speakers that help me think about my life, my day, my positions, what I have to do, what I did wrong yesterday, what I'm hopefully going to do right today, if this, then that, and getting everything together before coming here. And then before, going to the chart, which, everybody looks at. Everybody looks at the same charts, right? You have the same charts here. This is the chart of the SPYs. Question is, are we going to hold 597.28? And if we don't hold 597.28 and we break it, where do we go next? And what are you going to do? Are you going to adjust? Are you going to stop out of positions? Are you going to adverse lows? Are you going to do all these things that you have to execute on the moment? And if the only way you're going to do that is if you have the mind right. Okay, I had seen thousands of traders that look at the same chart, and the thousands of traders, 20% make money, the other 80% don't, because they get too many shares. They're too impatient. They don't listen to their inner thoughts. They're not thinking clearly. They're not balanced, and they don't have the trading in the zone aspect of their mind to think clearly every day, which is why I created Red Dog Mindset. So if you feel like your mind isn't right and you're not executing with confidence and you want to start working on a pro-growth mindset, subscribe to that button, especially if you've been, a member of the 630 Club for the last, 5 years, getting value and making money and moving forward. Maybe you should also subscribe to get your mind right so you could actually do it better. We could all be better. So anyway, here's the SPYs. This is 597. This is 594. Those are your two levels in the SPYs, and we'll see what type of day do we have. Can we absorb the weakness once again, even with Google down a bunch, with AMD down a bunch, which is dragging down Amazon? Are we running out of leaders? Are we getting that much more specific? So this is 597. That's 594. You know what? Let me log in right here so I could see where some of these things are trading. So I like to put the level 2 up so you can see where we are right now at 6:36 in the morning. So here we are at 6:36 in the morning. Let me get in here and do it. I'm getting my process together. I'm getting myself situated because I have to as well. I have a bunch of things going on. Yesterday was a really good day. Yesterday, if you remember, I had options on in Google before, the actual earnings, and I rolled them up. Do you guys know what rolling up options means? It means if you have in the money calls that make you a lot of money and you already do it, you book it, you go to a higher strike, you risk less, and you stay involved. Oh, this is Tesla, by the way. Let's hope that Tesla maybe shows some relative strength today. Tesla, at the end of the day, had a nice push. I got back involved. Tesla has nothing to do with Google, has nothing to do with AMD. So maybe it goes from red to green today. But that's that. So let's go back to the SPYs. The SPYs are only down 280 now. So as of right now, we're 598 above 597. So right now, as of 637, we're off the lows of 597. We're kind of contained here. So maybe today won't be such a big drastic down day. If you go to the Qs, we'll see what the Qs do. The Qs also, by the way, the last 2 days of action were pretty good. I feel like, earnings season is such a pain in the butt where you feel like you're going to miss something and then you really miss nothing. And it's so hard to make money in the options. But anyway, so for the Qs, if you go here, this is the low of the Qs. The Qs are right here. This is, what is this? This is 518.23. So 518.23, 518.23 is right here. So, basically those are the two levels. Will yesterday's lows in the Qs and will yesterday's lows in the SPYs hold? And if that's the case, the market won't be dragging individual names around, and individual names could probably do what they want to do. Lastly, let's go to the IWM. The IWM is acting a little bit better. The IWM took back 225. We put a low in on Monday, put a higher low in on Tuesday, and we'll see what's the IWM is doing this morning. Actually, the IWM is up. Isn't that a quinky dink? Isn't that something different, right? You got the SPYs down 280 and you have the IWM. That's a first little signal that maybe some flows are going to the IWM that everyone keeps saying is going to happen, but it hasn't really happened yet. But anyway, that's that. So let's go to Google real quickly because Google is the one that's under pressure. Google was at a high. When things are priced for perfection, they better be perfect. Otherwise, they're going to come in. So right now, Google, last night, I was trading it after hours with the Alpha team. A lot of guys in the Alpha team like to trade after hours. If you like to trade after hours, you should join the Alpha team. The Alpha team is awesome. They got about 500-600 like minds around the world that trade real time for a living. And if you feel like you don't have enough equity or buying power to trade with the Alpha team, well, then you should email T3 and talk to Derek, talk to Josh, because you should get licensed, get some leverage, and become a real trader versus trading in your basement. Not saying you're not a real trader. Not saying it. I'm just saying you can get more buying power and you could do things a little bit better than nickel and diming options if you can't afford to trade the equity. So anyway, T3 Trading Group is a great entity that you can come try and look for and be with if you want to. If not, just tune in here and just use T3 Live or do whatever you got to do. So this is 190.73. Let's see, where is Google right now? Google is 191. So this isn't horrible. What I think will be important today, does Google make a low in the first 5-15 minutes? Like maybe it puts a low in a 190, but it comes up to 192. Futures or market comes in, it doesn't come in. You could buy versus 190 and it closes at 196. And then all of a sudden you have a low to trade against, and then maybe it fills today's gap. So how much of this down gap stays open will be interesting on Google. AMD is horrible. AMD, it was up $10 yesterday. I was like, Red Dog, your lotto calls are going to be great. I'm like, I don't trust AMD. It's a piece of garbage. It's been a piece of garbage. No, that's not very nice. It's been in a downtrend that's been below the 821-day, and it just hasn't been a great stock. So anyway, AMD right now is down 10. I don't think anyone's going to ever trade AMD again. It's down 10. It's below this 113. Stocks are bad for a reason, and this stock has been really, really bad. All the way since breaking trend. Right here. This was when, look at this Red Dog reversal sell. This was back in 2024. That's when this stock changed. High, lower high, lower high, and now we're at a lower low. Okay, these terms of lower highs and lower lows are here to have you avoid stocks in downtrends. Nothing good happens below the 200-day. You ever heard that? It's true. And when something's above the 821-day, you don't want to be short. Good things happen, like Palantir. But anyway, Palantir has been an unbelievable stock. I know a lot of guys, this stock has changed their lives. How many businesses do you have where something could change your life? There's a bunch of them, but this stock has been one of them. Every few years, new names come about, new leaders come about, and this has been one of them. I've been trading this thing since my buddy Joe was in the private placement. We're in there at $11. I'm not saying I've been an investor since $11, but I've been trading it. It spent a lot of its life above the 821-day. Now, what now? Well, got to see, does it hold 150? Does it hold this gap and go sideways and then continue? Or was this an exhaustion gap up move because there's a lot of funds short? I know a lot of hedge funds have been shorting this thing. A lot of people have been saying it's overvalued since it's been $40. Well, now it's at $100. So anyway, this isn't going to end well, is not a trading strategy. I am sorry. It's just not. Anyway, where is it this morning? It's down $1.30. It's right at 102, right smack in the middle. So if you're playing it for a pro earnings gap type of strategy moving forward, you are long. This is your out. Maybe go sideways and then takes that out, or maybe, this whole move was priced in. But all in all, if you did this the last time, remember this last big gap, you made a heck of a lot of money. This was what? This low here was what? This was 45-ish or whatever it was. Well, if you were long versus that, and you use the 8-day moving average as your guide, you could have been long from 40 all the way almost up to 80. But anyway, so 151 is there. Dash. This is dashing. What a move in Dash. This one I've been long since on the virtual trading floor. People have been trading around it. My last strategy was right here around 173 when it took back the moving averages. I've been talking about this thing on the 630 Club since here. If you're in Dash and you've been making money in this thing since here, congratulations. You've been following your plan. It was a new name, and I've been basically throwing that bone in your doghouse for a while. Anyway, now, little extended, but look, hey, above the 821 day. Anyone read my ebook that my buddy Mike, who's the editor of T3, always puts out there to have you guys learn that you're long stocks above the 821 day. You buy dips on stocks above the 821 day. You play breakouts and manage it when stocks are above the 821 day. Well, anyway, oops. My wife, she wants to know what's going on with the dog. Okay, I'm going to tell her right now. Oh, sorry. She pooped. Yes, Cadence pooped this morning. It's very exciting when your puppy poops, isn't it? She pooped and peed. Was awesome. The little things in life, pooping and peeing, isn't like when a baby's, oh, he's such a cute little poop, and then the poop gets bigger, starts to stink, and it's not as cute anymore. And on that note, let's talk to some of the comments out here. Great. Where's the poop? The poop's on the step. The poop's on the step because she's going to the vet today and they need warm poop. Warm poop on the step. Great morning conversation. On the step. I'm going to tell her she's live. So we're doing, the 630 Club has Phoenix's poop on the step. Sometimes there's poop on some stocks. There's a lot of poopy stocks out there. Anyway, she was very quiet. Everybody's very excited about that. Let's go to comments. All right, so here we go to comments. If you're on YouTube, you could comment. If you're on Twitter, you can comment. Let's see. I called her Cadence. Damn. It's Phoenix, not Cadence, MLD. I still have tears when I talk about Cadence. You know what? You know what you can learn from something like that? When Cadence passed away, it was really, really hard. And it was a few weeks, I was freaking a mess. Learns that you don't take for granted the people around you, whether it's your mom, your dad, whether it's your aunt, your uncle, whatever it is. When you have it here, you take things for granted, and when they're gone, they're gone. The best thing that happened with Cadence is she had a seizure 6 months ago, and we realized we weren't going to have her until she's 14, 15. So I spent a lot of time with her. So anyway, I texted my mom and my dad every morning since then because they're still here. I have the luxury of having them here. So guess what? I want to say good morning. How are you feeling? And don't take that shit for granted. I'm just telling you. If your mom and dad have passed away, think about them a little bit here and there and send them some thoughts because maybe they could hear you. Anyway, let's move on. What up, Mark from Lancaster? Good morning. Nice breakout in the gold miners. And you want NVIDIA? I looked at NVIDIA. NVIDIA wasn't down. Maybe that's a flight to quality. Scott, am I in Snap? Yes, I'm in Snap. And sorry, Bobby. Bobby Forel came to visit me in Tampa, and I was late. And he drove an hour to give me a hug, and I couldn't wait. I apologize, Bobby. I owe you. Tappan says, good morning. Tony Wallace says, short squeeze, hard to trade. What's a short squeeze? Disney Big Beat. That's cool. Red Dog Apple. There's some talk out there that China is doing something with Apple with their app store and Apple. Apple was great. We bought Apple yesterday. Made peanuts $1.50, and then it went up $5. And thank goodness I didn't take it home. But anyway, if you go to Apple right now, someone was asking me about it. This is getting very predatory. I'm just saying, if you wanted a reason to be long Apple, yesterday gave you a little bit of a reason, right? They sold down earnings from 247 down, green candle. Remember yesterday, by the way, okay, this was what I said in the 630 Club with you, where you could have made a lot of money, which is why you should subscribe. Press subscribe. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, we had 247 sold down all day Friday. Yesterday it was a bit heavy as it gave us 225.71. That was right there. for reference. We'll see if you could buy Versat today for cash flow. That was yesterday, and it went up $5. If you traded it yesterday for cash flow, you made money. If you took it home, you're not feeling so good, right? Apple's down $6. Is it down $6? Geez, that sucks. I almost took it home. Trading is crazy. It's that like fine line between losing a little, losing a lot, making a little, making a lot your day. If you took home Apple, wasn't, you didn't do something wrong. It gave you a little clue. You had no clue, you had no idea that China was going to, that China and Apple and tariffs has been a little bit of a, of a sore spot, but, there's nothing you can do about that except for now, 226.46. If it were to break 225 and you're in it, you just got to get out of the way. That sucks. It happens. It happens in trading. It happens. I'm not in it. But if you take overnights, maybe it's below the moving average, but still, that was a candidate. It wasn't coming out with earnings. You didn't think that there was going to be big news, and it happened. It is what it is. What's up, Space Specialist? How you doing? Google priced reasonably. Apple has the red dog reversal bar. Yeah. Well, not really. It made a low. You could have bought it. I bought it, versed a low, but I got away from it. It's a broken name. Okay, let's talk about Tesla for a second. Tesla, I'm long Tesla overnight. I got stopped out of it the day before. I did. I was long on earnings. I did trim some into strength, and I was going to Tampa to get my dog. I didn't get stopped out, and then got stopped out when it broke this 384. Went back to it. Looked good. Got in the gap yesterday. It was strong at the end of the day. I would do that again. And right now, what's it doing? Tesla is, I think it was down. It's down 346. I'm going to look for a signal for this to go red to green. It might happen. It might not happen. If it happens, I'm going to trade out of it. If it goes from red to green and trades above yesterday's high of 394, you can get a push. Okay. Although Tesla's a high valuation risk asset trade, it's not, has nothing to do with Google's earnings. There's nothing to do with AMD's earnings. That's two of the reasons why the future's down also. So maybe, just maybe in a house all hidden by the hills. What movie is that? I just sang Anyway, 394. And then the low here is what? 401. So maybe it gets above that. See, look how Red Dog's feeling good. I'm down a lot of my options, but guess what? You know what? I feel energized. You know why? Because I was in my sauna 20 minutes. I did a great workout. I had a great sweat. I went in my ice tub for 3+ minutes. I constricted. I thought about everything that was in my control, and I didn't break any rules. And money's money. Your routine and your process is what's going to keep you in the game, and it's going to have you make money consistently over time. It's not about the X's and O's. So we'll see if it gets above 394. Amazon still has to report on Thursday. It's going to be down with Google because now people are talking about how Microsoft Azure wasn't great. Google's cloud was a little light. So they think, hey, maybe it's a trend for that type of, stuff. That stuff. Or maybe Amazon's stealing all their lunch. I don't know at this point. I'll get you an NVIDIA chart. Hold your horses, Brett. This is Brett. He's asking me for the third time for an NVIDIA chart. I'll get it. The NVIDIA is also broken. Snow. Okay, we'll get what happened with Lilly. I haven't traded Lilly since it failed at like 950. Not that I'm proud of that. I'm just saying it's been hard and broken. But anyway, let's go to NVIDIA. So everybody wants a NVIDIA chart. Disaster. Sorry. When was the last time people have said NVIDIA and disaster in the same sentence? Well, anyway, ever since this big time huge reversal with the lower high, it's been lagging the market. Big gap down on that DeepSeek news. You did get a small bounce yesterday up to what? 120, 120. It's not acting special. It's more of like a source of funds. Every time it rallies, it's really, really thick, and I think people are getting out of it. It's not going to be the NVIDIA the same. I don't know if I can't say ever again, but maybe ever again. It's got a lot to prove. Maybe today there's a trade. It was up 30 cents when I looked at it before. And now what is it doing? It's up 50 cents. So you have the SPYs down 255 in NVIDIA. It's the first day I've seen a little bit of relative strength early morning in NVIDIA in a while. So maybe there's something to it. Maybe something to it is the new special for NVIDIA. Anyway, the Google caps increase is very good news. Okay. All right, Brett. So let's see. We're gonna give Brett a gold star. He's saying, watch NVIDIA. The capex from Google could be good for NVIDIA. SPYs are down. It's up. maybe it can get at least to 21.20. And if it does, then your next spot is the 8-day, which is a little bit higher. Okay, we've been below the 8-day for a while now. That is now bigger resistance. It looks like Avago is the big winner. Avago is the big winner. Look at that. See, it's what's interesting. If you took Avago because it looked like it was giving you a pocket pivot above support into the moving averages, you're getting paid. Where's Avago this morning? Let's look at Avago. Avago is up 7. It was up a lot higher than that. So it's at 229. What's this high here? This high here is 226. It's in that gap. It's not the easiest stock to trade, but Avago has been a winner. Microsoft also said that they were using Avago, and so did Google. So Avago seems like it's the one stealing some of the lunch from some of the other semis. So when the semis get better, it seems like Avago will be best in breed and a leader to look at. Much better. Look at this. Above all the moving averages in the gap. Where's NVIDIA? Down here. Gap's up here. So Avago is acting better than NVIDIA. A small little thing that the market's telling you, not someone on TV. The market's telling you that. So you write that down. Soundhausen, please. S-O-U-N. Yeah, it's, these little ones are, 2 big days, not big days, but 2 nice days in a row. Maybe it wants to work its way up to here. I don't know what it's doing this morning. What's it doing this morning? It's up 40 cents. Not so bad. So third day into resistance. If you bought it on support and added yesterday, I'd be trimming into resistance. This is 17-ish. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Sorry about that. It's down 4 cents at $15. It's okay. It's rebuilding. Sometimes you get a huge move like it's had, breaks trend, loses momentum, comes in, finds support, and then it rebuilds and needs to prove it can go again. That's what happens here. I did IWM temp thoughts. Feels like it can be 10x in 5 years. So Michael Moran says he thinks TEM could be a 10x in 5 years. Let's see what it looks like right now. TEM, it's up $1. Okay, let me go to the chart. 10x in 5 years. Is this the Nancy Pelosi stock? I think so. This is what, 77? Anybody? You think May it'll hit 360? All right, maybe. That's not good. 77. So if you were long versus gap here, that's something, that's a way to do it. Okay, I'm going to put these in. Thoughts on PBI. I'm not going to give you that right now. So 41. So this looks like it's, stock is, I guess, young, right? I know that Fancy Nancy, bought some of this. So that's what I think that's what happened here. And it's slowly working its way up. Okay, it's above the 8-day. It should be on the plan. Maybe that's good. Yes, that's Nancy's trade. Fancy Nancy. Anyway, what's the weekly chart? So this kind of reminds me of that MBIS before it went. So yeah, this could be on the radar. Maybe I'll start charting it also. Anybody see? I'm going to throw something out there. It's a little different. So remember back in the day, we used to trade SSYS. This was one of those 3D printing stocks. Okay, well, look at this nice tight consolidation, big move. Interesting. Triple D. First day breakout, day 1. Remember, we used to trade this one also. So looks like there's some focus, some flows going here. So there is a name that I'm in. I'm telling you full disclosure right now. I've never talked about this name. I don't have a ton. And then DM. Do your own homework. So some of the funds that I talk to have been accumulating this. This is in the same sector. They say fundamentally it's better than SSYS and Triple D. And basically, it's just a little not known. It did wake up also. So maybe you could continue to accumulate this under 3 and 275. And if SSYS and Triple D continue and the group gets more focused and this starts to get known, maybe there's a good move here. I started accumulating. If you look at the weekly chart here, this has been doing nothing literally for 3 years. Last time it had a big move, which I'm not saying it's going to happen. It went to 15. So I'm just throwing it out there. I have it on the VTF. It is a name that I'm going to focus on a little bit. And I'm going to accumulate it. Not for everyone. This isn't Tesla. This isn't trading NVIDIA. This isn't, Amazon. This is a little name that might go with some other names. I'm giving it to you guys. I do go in the ice barrel. My ice barrel has been frozen. You think TEM is like the new Palantir? Okay. So these are some new names. Listen, new things, right? Just like I said, Red Dog Mindset's something new. The subscribe button's there for peanuts. If you've been watching the 630 Club and you've been, making money with the X's and O's, I think you can make more money if your mind is right, having the whole picture, because a little bit of the picture is starting to leave the public Twitter over the next 3 to 6 months. So you're going to get a lot less of the red dog. So with that said, this is Nano Dimension. And like I said before, Triple D, keep this on the radar. So watch this as a little group together. Just saying, and if the IWM is getting better, this too can get better. And if you think Palantir had a fantastic move, some are thinking that maybe TEM is something that needs to prove it could be just as special. So a lot of different thoughts here, a lot of different ways to approach the market. It's now 6:57. I'm running late. I actually have an event in the city tonight, which you'll see some content and footage. It's at the Dom. I'm actually having a launch party tonight, which should be pretty cool. So maybe I'll send some pictures. So I'm only going to be here till 1 o'clock, unfortunately. So hopefully we have some good trading between now and then see how it all shakes out. I appreciate you, my dogs. Tomorrow is Thursday. My eyes might be a little red, but you go out with the boys, you wake up like a man. I was taught that back in the day. All right, take care of your business. Your routine, your process has to stay strong no matter what you do from day to day. You got to get up and get situated. Later, guys.